Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Good afternoon, everyone. Now we are studying Sopana Sadharana Chitasika, Universal Beautiful Chitasika. 90 Universal Beautiful Chitasika. So we completed under 30. So today we're studying 40 onward. 40 onward. Universal me, when you are doing good deed, they will be present. All these 90 will be present altogether. So we have 10 Chitasika, so that come pairs, they come pairs. So the first one is the tranquility of consciousness, tranquility of mental factor. Second one is lightness of the consciousness and lightness of mental factor. Now, wittiness of mental factor, mental body, and wittiness of consciousness. Simply, we can also take it as a wittiness of the body and wittiness of the mind. Kaya Kaminyata, wittiness of the mental body, and Chitta Kaminyata, wittiness of the consciousness, are the efficiency of the mind and mental factor, which condition to bring forth wholesome deed. Efficiency of the mind and body to do before you do wholesome deed. So before you meditate, normally you take time to adjust your body, right? And some people radiate loving kindness before they do meditation. And also some people do Bodhanosati. They recollect the quality of the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, so that to have this quality, efficiency of the mind and body, to meditate. So that means, even before you come to this class, you need to have a lot of wittiness of the mind and body, right? Efficiency of the mind and body, which condition to bring forth wholesome deed. Otherwise, wholesome deed, good deed cannot be happening. Cannot be happening. So they are the opposite of remaining hindrances stated above. So they are sensual desire. So when you have a sensual desire, kamicchanda, you cannot come to this class. You go and see the movie together with your friend. You want to go to a dinner with your friend, sensual pleasures. So when you have a sensual pleasure, you cannot come to this class. And when you have a sensual desire in your mind, you cannot meditate like that. So only if you don't have a sensual desire, so you can do meritorious deed. And also, a way. So when you have a way, no, you cannot do good deed. And doubt, when you have a doubt about something, doubt about wholesome deed. You cannot. Like that. So, when mind is devoid of such hindrances, one is pliable to do good deed. Just like a heated coal, which is pliable to make jewelry. If the coal is very hot, if the coal is not heated, you cannot do any jewelry, right? So, and then if you know jewelry protection, you will know it, right? You will know it. Just like that. So we need to we need to prepare our mind to have the efficiency to do good deed. Okay, then 60 and 70, proficiency of mental body and proficiency of consciousness. Proficiency of the mental body and consciousness are knowing the wholesome activities thoroughly, or which one is doing. When you want to meditate, you need to know what is meditation, the purpose of meditation. So then only it will be very effective, very effective. Before you attend a class, you need to know what is the subject, what are the benefits, who is teacher, like that, right? So you need to know the topic. You need to know something before you do. It's a proficiency. That's very important, very important. So they are the opposite of lack of faith, which weaken the capacity of mind and body. Capacity of mind and body. So if you don't have faith, if you don't have this faith, you cannot sit down for 1 hour. You cannot sit down meditation for 1 hour. So faith is very important. So that means if you know something thoroughly, you have faith in it, then you try, right? You try. So suppose you have faith in a teacher, no? In a teacher. That's the one thing. And you have faith learning Abhidhamma, right? So then only you are here. You are able to sit down for 1.5 hours. Not easy, right? Because of faith. Before you learn Abhidhamma, you must know what is Abhidhamma, what is the purpose of learning Abhidhamma, right? Like that. So whatever good deed you are doing, you must know thoroughly. Suppose if you are doing dharana, you must know the meaning of dharana and the benefit and the reason why you are doing that, right? So then only you have faith in the dharana. Then you can continue to do that, right? If you are observing sila, coming May, 1st May, we will have a Sila Samadhana program, observing 8 precepts, not a 5 precepts, huh? 8 precepts. Not allowed to wear the makeup, not allowed to listen to the music, not allowed to eat in dinner, like that. Not allowed to have any sexual activities, like that. So 8 precepts. And then anyone who joined that program, who registered for that program, no one, right? and then you stay, have time to do so. I mean, what I want to say is, if you want to join that program, you must know, what is the program, what are the activities within that day, who are the teachers, what is a precept, and the benefit of a precept, like that. That's a proficiency, Before you do good deed, before you apply, register for Sila Samadhana program, observing a precept, the knowing that program, knowing their contents and activities, and also knowing the teacher who will be contacting, that's called proficiency. Proficiency. Then only you have faith, right? Only if you have faith in it, you'll be able to sit down the whole day, Otherwise, you will drop off. That's important, beautiful mental factor before you do good deed. Okay, up to here, any question? Any question? No question, okay. The next one, the last pair, rectitude of mental factor and rectitude of consciousness. Rectitude of the body and mind are straightness and honesty of the mind. Honest mind, honest mind. You do good deed because of honesty, because of straightness, because of straightness. So they are the opposite of hypocrisy, maya, and deception, satya, which are characteristics of greed, lobha. Hypocrisy and deception. So it actually simply is honesty, honesty. So if you want to know, actually the commentary mentioned that it is opposite of maya and satya. Maya and satya. I think it's good to know this two Pali word, maya. Maya means sealing one's own fault to deceive others. To deceive others. In the office, you make mistakes. You make mistakes. Nobody notices. You're trying to conceal it. That means you're not honest, right? You're not honest. At home, you broke a set-top plate, expensive plate. Nobody see it. Then you pretend that you didn't do that. Maya, right? It's not good. It's not good. Must be honest. Satya means pretending oneself to be virtuous, to be educated, knowledgeable, rich, expert, etc. Without having any of them. Satya means pretending oneself to be virtuous. You want to deceive other people, so therefore you pretend as a virtuous monk and virtuous person, like that. You pretend educated person, but you don't have any education. You pretend that you are knowledgeable. To get attention, to get an impression from other people, right? So it is a satya, not honest. You pretend you are rich. You're rich. Without having any of them. So maya and satya are the product of greed to get something from others. You want to get something from others. You want to get impression from others. So you want to get material property from others, like that. You pretend. So therefore, honesty is the best policy if you are honest. If you are honest, the best. Honesty is the best policy. So some people deceive other people, pretend like a mature person, educated person, knowledgeable person. In the long run, it will be what is it? Disclosed, right? It will be disclosed. Okay, now we already completed 90 beautiful, universal, beautiful Chitasika. So whenever you do good deed, these 90 Chitasika will be present. So some of them may be prominent, some of them may not. But according to Abhidhamma, the 90, they arise together. Okay, any question? No question. Okay. I hope it is easy. So now we'll move to another another topic. 3 abstinences. Virati. Virati are 3 beautiful mental factors which abstain from wrongdoings when occasion arises. So that means when occasion arises, you abstain from doing wrongdoings. You abstain from doing wrongdoings. That's virati. When you are sitting, a mosquito flying near your ear, then you're trying to drying away. But after a while, then come again. What to do? Mostly you were probably maybe 2 or 3 times you may drive him away. You will not care, right? If he is doing, many times, then probably you will care, right? Then you do killing, So mosquito is irritating you, then you trying to drive him away, You practice patience. You abstain from killing. That's virati. That's occasion, right? That's occasion to kill mosquito, but you didn't do that. That's a virati, right? That's a virati. Sometimes there's occasion to tell lie. Suddenly you remember, telling a lie is unwholesome deed. I shouldn't do that. Then you abstain from it. That's virati. But right now we are studying, we are learning the Dhamma. There's no virati. There's no virati. Why one is doing other good deed, like learning the Dhamma, radiating loving kindness, recollecting the quality of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, etc., virati is not present. Virati is not present. Only there is occasion to do unwholesome deed, then you refrain from it. So only then virati were present. So 3 abstinences can be equated with the avoidance sila. Avoidance sila. Varita sila. So 3 abstinences can be equated with the avoidance sila. So we have 2 types of sila. Abstinences are similar to avoidance sila. So then we'll talk about 2 types of sila, which is mentioned in Visuddhimagga. Number 1, practice sila. We call it charita sila. Because most people most Buddhists know that refraining from unwholesome thing, like a killing, stealing, it's called sila. But here, according to Visuddhimagga, sila is two types. One is practice sila. Practicing positive mental moral behaviors, positive moral behavior, and moral conduct, such as fulfilling one's own duties, rendering service to the temple, to the society, to the family, like that. So we have our own duty. As a teacher, as a monk, we have a monk's duty. So if I fail to do that, breaking this precept. As a parent, you have duty to provide education, food, and everything to your family, right? To your children. That's your duty. So if you fail to do that, so you break this precept. As a children, you have duty to support your parents, right? If you fail to do that, you break this precept. Bhikkhu Nyanamoli, in his Visuddhimagga, he translated charita as a keeping precept. So we trying to keep positive moral contact, positive moral behavior, just like rendering services to the temple. So actually we have a lot of volunteer works in our temple, right? Then there will be Vesak celebration, So volunteer form is open right now. So you can apply volunteer service. You can render services to help temple. Not only, actually, we use the word temple. It's not for the temple, for the people, right? To serve other people. That's a practice sila, charita sila. Suppose you are attending all the classes conducted in this temple. If you fail to render some service for the temple, you break this precept, You break right? Suppose you are attending Sunday school, you are attending Sutta class, Abhidhamma class, Pali college, like that. So if you do not render service to the temple, then you break this this precept. But of course, if you are rendering your service to other temple, it's okay, right? Some people may not be free because they are helping other temples. Another one is avoidance sila, so which is you already know, avoiding negative behaviors and negative contact, such as killing sentient being, stealing, sexual misconduct, etc. So that's what you all know. So actually, in the 5 precepts, if you refrain from killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, etc., so that is the avoidance sila. So it is mentioned in Visuddhimagga. So I will give you some examples so that you have a clear picture of their meaning. Avoidance sila and practice sila. So what is avoidance sila? Avoiding killing, harming other sentient beings, any sentient beings. That's called Farita Sila. You need to avoid it because it is negative, right? Negative. Then protecting all living beings from possible dangers. That's also Sila, Charita Sila. Charita Sila. Soldiers, policemen, when they have a when they are doing their job with a good attitude, right attitude, they are protecting, the citizen in their country, right? So there's a Charita Sila. Protecting all living beings from possible dangers. So you are protecting your children from possible danger. You're practicing Charita Sila, right? Charita Sila. Then number 2, avoiding stealing, exploiting others and cheating others. That's something to avoid because they are negative, right? Negative behavior. It's called Varita Sila. Developing generosity and contentment and fairness to other people. That's called Charita Sila. So you practice generosity and you practice contentment and fairness. That's a Charita Sila. Another example is avoiding sexual misconduct. That's something to avoid, right? That's a negative, not good, Varita. So what is the Charita Sila? Being faithful to one's own partner. If you are faithful to one's own partner, and if you're taking care of your family, the Charita Sila. Actually, if you take care of your family with the love and kindness, right? That's the Charita Sila. It's higher than dana, higher than giving, right? Some parents, they are very generous. They give. But they do not take care of their family well, They do not use kind words. They are not patient, complaining, mumbling, like that. Then, even though they are generous, they are giving, the children, they do not love their parents, So therefore, here, if you are faithful to your own partner, that's the Charita Sila. If you take care of your family, your husband, your wife, your children, that's the Charita Sila. Another example is avoiding telling a lie. This is something to avoid. And you do not tell lie. You are honest, truthful. That's a Charita Sila. If you are honest, that's a very important Sila. Important Sila. Then number 5, avoiding taking intoxicants such as alcohol, drugs. That's the Varita Sila. You avoid something which are negative, right? Then Charita Sila means cultivating mindfulness and clarity of the mind. So clarity of the mind is opposite of using drug, right? So therefore, they are Charita Sila. Okay, any question? No question, right? Okay. So now we'll talk about Sila. What is Sila? Sila, Samadhi, Panya, they are threefold training, right? Threefold training. Sila, morality, Samadhi, concentration, and Panya, wisdom. Visuddhimagga explains Sila, Samadhi, Panya. So which are important to attain Nibbana, So Sila basically means a conduct or behavior that control our body and speech, and that use our body and speech. When we control not to do negative behavior, that's a Sila, right? When we use our body to render our service to our society, to our temple, we use our surface. So we use our body and our mouth, right? Like teacher Lily, normally she announce, she make announcement by using mouth, right? So that is a sila. That is a charita sila, right? Accumulate a lot of good deed, right? So that means sila basically means a conduct or behavior that control our body and speech. Body and speech, not the mind, no? Mind, especially connected with the concentration and wisdom. Sometimes we use our body and speech to do good deed, to do good things. That's sila. Not to do any evil deed. Everybody know, right? We trying to control our body and speech, not to do any evil deed. We use our body and speech to do good deed, to do good deed. So therefore, when we talk about sila, there's a two dimension, do's and don'ts, right? Do's and don'ts. So if you are doing positive behavior, positive things, that's also charita sila. If you are not doing negative behavior, that's also sila, right? So therefore, do's and don'ts are two aspects of morality. Two aspects of morality. That's called sila. So we'll come back to three abstinences, vidati. We'll come back to three abstinences, vidati. Vidati abstain from committing evil deed by way of speech and or action, and from committing such bodily verbal action by reason or livelihood, So vidati is equate with avoidance sila, right? Varita sila, something to refrain from. So number one, right speech, samavacha, and right action, samma kamanda, right livelihood, samma ajiva. So these three are three abstinences. So you refrain from wrong speeches, wrong action, and wrong livelihood. That's abstinences. So we'll study the first one, right speech. Right speech. Right speech. So we have four verbal actions, which is mentioned in many suttas. Vachikama, four verbal actions. Number one, telling lie, musavara. Number two, slandering, pisunavacha. Number three, hard speech, prusavacha. Number four, distracted talk or distracted speech, sampapalapa. Altogether, four. So these are the four unwholesome verbal actions. These four are the verbal actions generally occurring through the door of the speech. Generally, all these four, above four, occur through the door of the mouth. So these actions can also be done by showing bodily gestures. Even in such cases, they are still considered as the verbal actions. So when you are posing on a social media, a post, which is not truth, you do it intentionally. A wrong statement in the social media. That's also verbal action. Even though you type, right? Even though you type with your hand, it's considered as a verbal actions. Sometimes you tell lie by using your body, right? You did something wrong. If your parents ask you, but you say that you didn't do that, right? You didn't do that. That's a telling a lie. But even though you use your body, that's considered a verbal action, right? Verbal action. Sometimes we use our bodily language, right? So sorry, like this. Even though you use your body, it's considered as a verbal action. It's very hard speech, like that. Refraining from these four actions is called right speech, samavacha, in the Noble Eightfold Path. So in the Noble Eightfold Path, we have three factors which form as a sila. Right speech, right action, right livelihood. Same thing, right? Same thing. Refraining from 3 bodily and 4 verbal unwholesome actions connected with the livelihood, connected with the job, is called right livelihood. If you refrain from 4 unwholesome verbal actions and 3 unwholesome bodily actions in your job, that's called right livelihood. People might think that teaching is a good livelihood. People might think that, right? But if the teacher is yelling at students all the time, right livelihood, right livelihood. If a teacher is telling his boss, if the teacher is writing a wrong report, right? It became wrong livelihood. Actually, the way Abhidhamma mentions is very beautiful, very beautiful. If a monk is deceiving devotees in order to get donation, wrong livelihood, not a right livelihood. So the Buddha also used livelihood for the monks, right? So the way we behave, the way we receive donation must be honest, like that. It does not depend on the person or profession or the job. It depends on whether you are refraining from unwholesome actions, unwholesome speeches, right? Very beautiful, very beautiful. Okay, then number 1, telling a lie, musavara. I think some of you may have already learned that several times. Anyway, repeating. So here I will quote what the Buddha taught in the suttas, what the Buddha taught. Here, someone speaks falsehood. The Buddha says, if he is summoned to a council, to an assembly, to his relative's presence, to his guide, or to the court, and question as a witness thus, so good man, tell what to know. Then, not knowing, he says, I know. Not knowing, he said, I know. Or knowing, he says, I do not know. Not seeing, he says, I see. Or seeing, he says, I do not see. Thus, he consciously speaks falsehood, sambhajana musa, for his own end, or for another's end, or for the same trifling worldly end. Consciously, here the word consciously, right? That's very important. he consciously, Sampajana Musa, consciously speaks. Sometimes you may say something wrong without any conscious, without any conscious, without any conscious. That's not a Musabara. That's a Musabara. Actually here, the Buddha just want to say very clearly, right? If you know something, then you know I do not know, right? Knowing, you say, I do not know. Seeing, you say, I do not see, right? So later we'll talk about some skillfulness of the Buddha. How the Buddha avoid, telling a lie. So there is a skillfulness. You must be skillful. You must, you should train, not to tell lie, even in a difficult time. You can try to avoid it by using skillful means, skillful means. So that is a telling a lie. So abstinent from telling a lie. Here, someone having abandoned false speech, abstain from false speech. If he is summoned to a council, to assembly, to his relatives present, to his guide, or to the court, and question as a witness this. So good man, tell what to know. Then, not knowing he says, I do not know. Or knowing he says, I know. Not seeing he says, I do not see. Or seeing he says, I see. Thus, he does not consciously speak falsehood for his own end, or for another's end, or for some traveling worldly end. So that is very simple, right? Very simple. Refraining from telling a lie is the right speech, right? Right speech. So here, this is for monks. This is for monks. As a monk, must be more honest, more honest. But this is from Samyaphala Sutta. The Buddha talk about the life of a monk. Having abandoned false speech, he abstained from falsehood. Here, same, same. He speaks only the truth, Saccavadi. He adhered to the truth, such as Sando, and trustworthy, Teto, and reliable, Vichayiko, reliable. The man must be reliable, trustworthy, right? Trustworthy. He does not deceive the world. The world here means the people, right? The people. He does not deceive anyone in the world. So actually, monks must be honest than other people, right? Other people. So therefore, people believe in the monks, right? They trying to speak their difficulties and also their life. They expose their life like that. So there's a slight difference between the sila for lay people and sila for the monks. Okay, so this is a telling a lie. I didn't. Not difficult, right? Not difficult. Number 2, slandering, pisunavacha. So the Buddha said that he speaks divisively, having heard something here from Mangala Vihara, he repeats it as well in order to divide those people from these. Then you're trying to get some news from Mangala Vihara, but your intention is to divide people here and there. Then you tell them, no? You get some news from one of your friends, then you taught that news to to the other friend. So here, intention is to divide people, right? Intention is to divide people. It can be between people, society, the country, right? It can be anything, right? It can be anything. Or having heard something elsewhere, he repeats it to these people in order to divide them from those. So intention means to divide, right? Divide. That is the slandering, divisive speech. So we normally translate as slandering, right? Slandering. Also, we can translate as a divisive speech. Divisive speech. Intention, right? Intention. Thus, he is one who divides those who are united, a creator of divisions, one who enjoys fashions, rejoices in fashions, delights in fashions, speaker of words that create fashions. So we should try to be to be someone who promote unity, right? So if we say something, there will be a division between two people, between two society, between two groups, like that, right? That's the slandering. So we have to look at intention, right? Intention. What is your intention? So therefore, the Buddha said that intention, cetana, is a karma, right? Cetana is a karma. Okay. Any question? No question, right? Okay. Okay. Teacher Lily here.
Bhante, if someone who knows something is not right, or he or she did something not right before, and he or she doesn't speak up because he's not being asked, is it considered musavada, a lie?
Consider as a lie.
Yeah. Say, for example, the recent incident, for example, the company's the accident. Yeah. For example, if you saw something is wrong, but you didn't speak up, you keep it to yourself. Is it considered a lie? Or
We cannot consider as a lie because you're not speaking to somebody, right? But I would say that you have a responsibility, you have a duty, to inform to the police or to inform to their parents, like that. You fail to do positive contacts or positive behavior, right? So anyway, you're breaking charita sila. Charita sila, right? So there are many people who break charita sila. Recently, I have a discussion with one Singaporean, and their group is donating to the one village in the poor country. Definitely, that the people over there are deceiving the donor here, and the lady who asked me, she didn't speak up. I told her, you are responsible to do that. So you have to let them know. People over there are deceiving the donors. So we are breaking charita sila, charita sila. If I were in their place, then I will inform, Of course, I need to collect all the information, all the data, which are wrong. So we have a responsibility. So it is not a it's not a telling a lie. You're in those circumstances, we are breaking charita sila, practice sila. We have a responsibility, right? We have a responsibility. Suppose you know that the police is investigating robbery case in one place. You know who are the robbers, right? But if you fail to, tell the police, you're breaking charita sila. So as a citizen, as a citizen or as a man, as a human, so you're breaking your responsibility, your sila. Okay, any question?
If you are saying bad things about a bad person, are you actually slandering?
Sorry?
If you're saying bad things about a bad person, the person is really a bad person, and you're saying things about him, are you slandering?
Slandering, right? Slandering. Slandering is, so here we have to use the word, the precise word we divide the speech, right? Suppose if you are telling somebody who is doing serious mistakes, which will affect to the family, to the company, to the temple, right? So if you are telling the truth, so it's not a slandering, or it's not it's a wholesome deed, right? You are fulfilling your own responsibility. You are fulfilling sila, which is very good, right? Which is very good.
So it's all about the intention, right?
You're right. Intention. So therefore the Buddha say, Chetanaham Bhikkhve Kammam Varami. Intention is karma, right? Intention is karma. Your intention is you are informing the robber, or if you are informing the thief. So you have a conscious, you are fulfilling your own responsibility as a citizen, right? As a citizen. Is it good? Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
May I add one thing? But say, for example, if that wrong thing doesn't bring any value, purpose, is it needed to be speak out? I'll probably give an example. Say, for example, a husband or a wife, maybe along their marriage life, either one of them probably did some mistake, be it not what do you call that, not honest to one another. But then they have already, say, for example, stopped doing it. Then along the way, the family is basically living happily. I mean, is there a point to basically, confess and bring it up or something like that? Because it doesn't bring any value, right?
You're right.
Although subconsciously, under the carpet, it sounds like there's something being hidden. But if you bring it up, it may probably bring more trouble. Anyway, probably say he's already not doing it, for example. So in this case, is it
So therefore, that is the fourth Vave action came, distracted speech, right? So actually earlier, I prefer to I follow translation of Bhikkhu body, frivolous talk, meaningless talk, or gossip. It's not just that. So the last one, Sampapalaba, is distracted speech. So in your speech, you mentioned that the family live happily. Of course, you may have done some wrongdoings, which is not serious. Your wife may have done some wrongdoing, which is not serious. But if you are opening, if you are speaking up those mistakes again, destructive for your relationship. So therefore, we shouldn't talk such a one. Forget about that, right? Forget about that. So over here, of course, sometimes you may need, right? You may need to confess. You have done something, such a one, right? Such a one. So only in those occasions you can tell the truth. Otherwise, if it is not, I want to say, fruitful, better not to talk, right? Better not to talk. That's the important quality in relationship, right? Relationship. If you are trying to recall, the mistake of your partner, then the relationship may not be very good, right? So therefore, speech is very important. Okay, please use microphone.
Hello, Bante.
Okay.
What if we are caught like in a situation where say is also maybe wrong and don't say is also wrong? Like for example, you have a couple of, I heard this over the radio, they are talking about, the topics on like a couple having, one of the couples having, an affair, and then the couple is a friend, let's say of mine, and then you cannot tell the wife, oh, your husband is straying, and then you tell it's wrong, so you don't tell it's wrong, both are your friends. This kind of situation.
But
And then you still have to be friends with them.
Your part is very soft.
Oh,
right?
sorry. Okay, so it's like in the situation, caught in the situation, if you were to say something, it's wrong, and not to say it's wrong as well.
You meet to your friends.
Yeah, because I heard this on the radio.
Their husband, right?
Yeah, husband and wife.
Husband and wife.
One straight, let's say a husband straight.
They are your friend.
Yeah, let's say a friend, and good friend. So it's like, their secrets, but then the other one don't know. So they are happy so far. So don't say also wrong, say also wrong, right? And then don't friend them, also cannot. This kind of
That's a problem.
situation,
Very
right?
difficult. Difficult situation,
Yeah,
right?
very difficult, right?
So that means two of them.
Yeah.
One of them is having an affair with somebody else, right?
Yeah, and it's open to you.
So
in a way, it's wrong, right? Yeah.
you know what is happening.
Yes.
What is happening, right?
Yeah.
They are happy. Normally, right?
Sometimes.
Oh, sometimes.
Yeah, but of course, when you're not happy, the wife don't know or never say, so it's best to keep it, right? But then it's lying to her, but it's, yeah.
I think it's a very hard situation because so we have to look at their relationship.
Okay.
So if they are happy, I think better not to tell
but if
that,
telling
right?
the wife, it may be like carry tales, but then the intention if I telling the wife, but the intention is not to carry tales, it's not possible, right? Like if I would tell her it's like carrying tales.
You tell your husband,
the wife. Then it's like carrying tales to her. Then it may stir.
You carry
tales, like maybe it's not gossip, it's like more of
kind of gossip.
But if your intention is to don't want to see her get cheated in a way, you get what I mean? Like caught in between that. I think everyone has their own karma, right? So.
Sorry, my English is not that good.
I mean, okay. It's like maybe telling her the truth on my part, because I don't want to hold that. It's difficult, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, what I mean is sometimes we have to wait the time.
At the time, okay.
Suppose one is having an affair with somebody else,
right.
But their family seem to be very happy.
Yeah.
Right? So if you tell your friend that maybe the guy or the wife is having an affair, then their relationship will be broken, right?
Correct, yes.
So you need to wait time.
Right, okay.
That suppose the husband is having an affair, then you have to observe their relationship.
Right.
If they are happy, I think shouldn't tell at that particular moment. Right. Maybe there will be some time the relationship is very bad. Yes. Maybe husband is bullying and
Oh, yeah.
deceiving,
Right.
exploiting his wife, then you can, I think,
But towards the wife, like a friend like that is not lying to her on my part, right? Like, you know, that struggle between that lying, you have to keep it, because the intention is to keep them in harmony, right? The intention is important, right? But then if I'm the wife in her position, I would prefer my friend to tell me.
sorry, actually,
Yeah, I understand.
sorry, me, I do not get what
Like
the
if I were to tell the wife the intention,
you mean,
don't tell
okay,
her.
the first, you have a friends,
Yeah,
husband and wife.
correct.
Okay, then,
Let's say if I don't tell the wife, but we are very good friends,
okay,
that struggle inside me is not
you
easy.
tell,
Don't tell.
I mean,
Like don't tell her what's going on. It's
Oh, oh.
struggling inside me. It's a lie. I'm lying. Also, right, in a way, it is a lie.
Oh.
But my intention is not to break up. So just it has to be
oh,
the
you
right
mean
time.
it's not really, actually, it's not really telling in line.
Not lie, right? It's
Not
like-
telling in line. It's actually, you just, your intention is you don't want the relationship break up, right?
Yes.
So I think that's the main point, right?
Yes.
So your intention is good.
Okay.
You control not to tell.
So it's not musabada, right?
No, not
Okay.
musafara. Musafara is
It's
telling,
like the
how to say, telling differently.
differently.
Telling
Okay.
differently.
All right.
You just hold, right?
Yes.
The news that you
Yes.
know. It's not a
Just-
musafara.
okay. Just keep them impressed.
Yeah. That's the intention. That's the intention
Right.
is important.
Yes.
Your intention is very good, right?
Yes.
So therefore, you control your mind
Okay.
not to tell.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay,
Bhante.
thank you. Thank you. Okay. So therefore, I think intention is very, very important. Intention here is including wisdom, no? Wisdom. Sometimes some people say, I don't have intention to hurt you, right? But they say, what they say is very rude and very bland, and also it hurt to other people. Wisdom, If you are telling something with the delusion, it's also unwholesome speech. Okay, the next one is harsh speech. Prusavasa. So I quote what the Buddha taught. He speaks harshly. He utters such words as are raft, hard, harmful to others, offensive to others. He utters bordering on anger. He utters unconducive to concentration. So actually here's something to notice, right? In your speeches, raft, clear. Hard, clear. Harmful to others. So when you're talking something, we have to be very careful whether your speech is harmful to somebody else, right? Somebody else. Offensive to others. Normally, human being, offensive to others. That's a human nature, right? So we have to be very careful. Sometimes we are very happy to talk offensive speeches. We think that we win, we win. But at the end of the day, it destroys our relationship. Bordering on anger. Here, anger is very important, right? Anger. If you are talking something with the anger, that is a harsh speech. Unconducive to concentration. So when you are talking harsh speech, when you are talking offensive speech to others, your the concentration is destroyed. No concentration. Suppose if I tell somebody, while we are studying here, if I tell somebody offensive speeches, then the concentration is destroyed. his or her concentration is destroyed. Harsh speech. So abstinence from harsh speech, having abandoned harsh speech, he abstained from harsh speech. He speaks such words as are gentle, pleasing to the ear, gentle speeches, gentle speeches. So when somebody talk, pleasing to hear, right? Pleasing to the ear. But you cannot be gentle all the time, right? So there are some certain occasion that you need to forget about gentleness, right? So the Buddha also sometimes need to take action, without gentleness. Left of it, as go to the heart, goes to the heart. When you're talking, the speeches go to the heart of the listener. Are courteous, desired by many, and agreeable to many. So when you're talking, when somebody is talking, it's agreeable and pleasant. When somebody become a leader in politics, a leader in society, right? A leader in the family. So your speeches sometimes may not be agreeable, right? You cannot please anybody. So this one is sometime. So we need to forget about this one. Then the last one is distracted speech, distracted talk, sampapalapa. This is a literal translation, distracted talk. So Bhikkhu Bodhi translate frivolous talk. It's a kind of meaningless talk. Some people translate it gossip like that, right? Gossip. Sampapalapa. He indulged in idle chatter. He speaks at an improper time. That's one, that's a, actually, the last one cover everything, which couldn't cover earlier three. We have 4 unwholesome verbal actions. The first one is telling a lie, right? Second one, slandering. Third one, harsh speech. So there are many types of speeches, which are wholesome. So they are included in the last one, distracted speech. It is not just frivolous talk, idle chat, or gossip. So here, if you are talking something, serious thing, in improper time, that's distracted talk. Suppose I'm in teaching now. Maybe one student came here and offer something. That's a kind of unwholesome actions. Does not know the time, He is doing wholesome deed, but improper time. That's very important, right? So we have to know the time. Timing is important. So you bring a good news, which is good, and you call your boss 2 p.m. What will happen? No, I mean 2 a.m. Sorry, 2 a.m. What will happen? Yeah, angry. It's the improper time, right? Then the boss will get angry and he will fire. You bring a good news, You tell your boss a good news. But improper time. You inform your boss improper time, no? 2 p.m. Sorry, 2 a.m. But he got a sound sleep, then get angry. So that means improper time. That is very important one. Speaks falsely. You can see that this one is repetition of number 1, right? Speaks falsely. Speaks what is unbeneficial. Sometimes what you say is not beneficial, just like a gossip, just like a cracking joke, joke like that, or talking this and that with your friend. Sometimes we love to do that, right? We care, 2 hours, 3 hours, even sometimes the whole night, talking your child memory, your schooling days, right? Your school in earlier when you grow, how to say, school memory like that. Unbeneficial, unbeneficial. Here speaks contrary to the Dhamma and discipline. Speaks contrary to the Dhamma and discipline, which means speaks unrighteous way and speaks indisciplined way. So if you are speaking unrighteous way, suppose you are a boss, right? You know that it is wrong, but you want to win, you want to win the conversation. Then because of that, you try to press, Then your staff, staff member, give up. Unrighteous way, right? Unrighteous way. Then undisciplined way, no discipline, no discipline. You do not know your role, right? Undisciplined way. You do not follow the discipline. Not allowed to talk. Not allowed to use harmful, right? So that you see the, you see the, how to say, the saying that not allowed to talk, but you talk, undisciplinary way, right? Then in the Dhamma talk, so many people, then announcer, they announce, please turn out your harmful or put your harmful in silent mode, right? Then you do not do that. Then suddenly, cling, phone call comes, it's a discipline, right? Like that. Or among when you are studying, somebody come and talk, right? In the classroom, talking. So that is a destructive talk. Even you are talking serious things, even you are not telling a lie, even what you say is not, how to say, what is it, harsh speech. You are not, it's not a divisive speeches, but destructive talk, destructive speech. So that is called speaks unrighteous way and disciplinary way, right? And disciplinary. You do not follow discipline, right? Then, at the improper time, he speaks such word as a worthless. Here, actually, the Buddha repeated improper time second time, improper time. At improper time, he speaks such words as are worthless, unreasonable. So when you're talking without reason, that's also under this one. So I forgot to how to say, change this one. Not if it is a distracted talk. Distracted talk. Worthless, unreasonable, rambling, unbeneficial. So wherever speeches which are worthless, unreasonable, rambling, and unbeneficial, it's called under this. So when you look at what the Buddha taught, the last one, Sampapalaba, cover everything. Cover everything. Unwholesome speeches. Unwholesome speeches. So therefore, Sampapalaba, the literal translation of Sampapalaba is distracted speech. Distracted speech. Then, abstinent from distracted talk. Having abandoned idle chatter, he abstained from idle chatter. He speaks at a proper time, speaks truth. You know, knowing a proper time, a kind of wisdom, right? A kind of wisdom. The children, they do not know, right? They do not know. Speaks the truth, speak what is beneficial, speaks on the Dhamma and the discipline. So that means speaks righteous and disciplinary way. At a proper time, he speaks such words as are worth recording, reasonable, substance, and beneficial. So that's the last one. The last one cover all the wrong speeches, right? All the wrong speeches. Okay, any question? So we have only 5 more minutes. Then if you have one question or 2 questions, here.
Bhante, I mean, we know these are all the wrong speech that we should not say. But if I am a receiver of all this, what should I do?
Oh, receive all these one. What you should do? If somebody is talking all these one quite often, trying to avoid that person, because that person is foolish. Foolish. So the Buddha said in Mangala Sutta, Asivanacha Palana, not to associate with the foolish person, right? Foolish person. Then in Palapandita Sutta in Majjhima Nikaya, the Buddha interpret who are the foolish and the wise person. Who is the foolish person? Who is the wise person? The Buddha talk about based on all these one. If somebody is breaking, when somebody is telling a lie, slandering, and harsh speech, talking harsh speech, and talking destructive speech, and shouldn't associate with such person. Number 1, you know. Number 2, if somebody is killing, somebody is stealing, somebody is committing sexual misconduct, shouldn't associate with such person. And the last one is somebody is what is abhidhamma away. Sorry, no. Abhidhamma is a sorry. Abhidhamma is a what is it? I forgot an English translation. Abhidhamma. Abhidhamma is a longing or I want to say desire to get what you do not deserve. So that's a longing. And somebody has a way, somebody has a wrong view, you know. So we have a 10 unwholesome actions, right? If somebody is doing, somebody has having such 10 unwholesome actions, we shouldn't associate with. If somebody is using all these one, quite often, you shouldn't associate with such one. If he is your boss, what you should do? No, no resign. If you resign, you will lose your job, right? Of course, you still have to associate with such one, but do not associate as a, do not stay closely. Do not stay closely.
And there's one more question.
Okay.
Do you classify news broadcast nowadays as any of these so-called false speech or destructive or what? Because sometimes I look at news, I always find that all these four things that comes in, and that's the reason I never watch news.
Oh, you're odd news. Huh?
Yeah, because when you watch news, you get very upset, very agitated, because when you read it, you know that there are no truth. They are just propaganda, getting what they want. And I have not been reading newspaper for almost more than 30 years.
Wow.
And I'm still alive.
Still alive.
Yeah. So
Your mind is clear.
because the moment I read a news, I always find that they are true, they are false, they have an objective of promoting the news. And I always find news are very polluted. That's how I
Polluted
find,
in our mind, right?
So it actually falls in within all these four, which I felt actually.
Yeah, of course. Most of the news are like that, full of all these four, four. So I think I will give you one example. It's what the Buddha taught. The Buddha give example of lotus flower. Lotus flower come out from the muddy water, right? When it come out from the water, it's very fresh, clean, clean. The Buddha said that he is like a lotus flowers. Even though he's living among the people, even though he's talking to the many people, associating with different type of people, his mind is clean. His mind is clear. So we live among the people, right? We can read the news. Of course, we need to choose which news. Which news is reliable? How about Straight Time? I mean, we have to choose, right? We have to choose whether BBC or VOA like that, right? We have to choose which one you think is more reliable. Of course, most of the, as you know that, we are brainwashed, when we watch movie, especially US, they have a lot of propaganda in the movie, So ultimately, our brain is programmed, So they are very smart. Anyway, we are living in a society. We have to watch news, listen to the news, and read the newspapers. But what we can do is practice like a lotus flowers, right? That's the important. That's the instruction given by the Buddha, right? So therefore, lotus flower is a symbol of Buddhism, because the Buddha quite often use the simile of lotus flower, right? So the Buddha is clear. The Buddha is pure. Even though he lived among the people, right? Among the people. But his mind is unaffected. So we should also practice like that. Okay, so that's all. Thank you so much. Let's call it a day. Yo varatam bhavaro manu jesu sakyamuni bhagavakata kecho Paragato bala viriya samangi dan sukatan saranatamu pemi raga viraga maninja masokan Dhamma masangka dhamma patikulan Marura mimam bakunan suvipadan Dhamma mimam saranatamu pemi Yatha chate namaha palamahu Chatusu susisu purisayugesu Attacha bogala dhammadasate Sangami mansaranatamu pemi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you.